Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today I'm going to be reacting to World of Warcraft cinematics and trailers, playlist done by Jesse Thorpe. This is part 30. If you want to check out my previous reactions, I'll put the card right up here. Just click on it and you'll be able to access them. Okay, let's start.
3, 2, 1.
The frozen heart of Naxxramas awaits you. There is no way out. I see you. Patchwork want to play. Obey the call of Count Hussard.
Sorry about that. Necropolis. I'm sure that has to deal with Maldraxxus, if I'm not mistaken. They're the only ones with those flying fortresses, the Necropolis. So yeah, I think that has to deal with Maldraxxus. Not sure really what was going on. Yeah, the trailer went by a bit too fast, and they were saying names, but I couldn't really hear them properly. But yeah, let's continue.
Torghast, once I told you that your friends were being held inside, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came to me for aid. Because I was able to anticipate your request, it just so happens I have already acquired a portal device that leads into the tower.
Discovered his world.
Unfortunate, but of little consequence. Our eyes are everywhere. This nuisance will be dealt with.
Okay, it sounded like Jaina and Thrall were being tortured. Probably they were still being experimented on by the Jailer and by Sylvanas. Ooh, I didn't like the sounds, especially from Jaina. I just didn't like that. Oh, it kind of gave me a bit of a shiver. I hope they're going to be okay. I really hope they're going to be okay. Like, I hope you guys, the players, actually save their lives, because this is bad, man. And I didn't hear Anduin. I didn't hear about Anduin. And maybe even Bane, yeah. Oof, okay.
All that matters is we now possess the necessary instrument. We must begin its preparation.
Leave him to me. You've seen what he is capable of when he believes in the cause. A measure of patience may yield superior results.
Very well. We have our weapon. Now we shall hone it.
Okay. I'm wondering, what are they doing? I think this has to deal with Anduin. Because I remember in part 29, Anduin was, using his power of the light to make a shield, and the Jailer was impressed by that display, and he wanted to capture him again, and to experiment on them all. So I'm guessing this new weapon that they're trying to create, or this new key, or, I'm not entirely sure what they want from Anduin, really, but it seems like they want his power that's manifested from the light. Yeah. And the guy needs to talk louder. What's his name? The jailer. He really needs to talk louder. He talking so soft and so, like I can't really hear him most of the time. Luckily, this time there were a bit of subtitles, but honestly, this guy needs to talk louder. Or maybe I just need to get headsets, but I don't like putting things in my ear, so yeah.
My queen, please help us.
This is of my sister. Why have you brought it to me?
This one is slipping away.
Our duty is grim. Many have been lost. Why would I save her pet?
Those who have dreamed by its side awaken with a joy and peace that whispers of wonder. If she dies, then all that is emerald dies with her.
Some must be sacrificed, but some must be saved. If we forget that, all that will remain will be empty shells and sorrow.
Ysera, right? Ysera. Okay, I can't pronounce her name, but I know her name starts with a Y. Yeah, it starts with a Y. Ysera or Ysera. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. And I know most World of Warcraft players, maybe majority, they love this dragon aspect. I just can't pronounce her name properly. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But yeah, she was in Ardenweald this whole time. That's interesting. And the queen, she said that this was her sister's pet. Okay. I don't know why would she call the dragon aspect a pet, but that's weird. And it seems like she had to give Ysera some of her own anima or spirit power, just to awaken her from her incubation. And it looks like she was about to wither and die, I guess it takes its toll on her too when she has to give power to something else. So yeah, that was a bit worrying. But otherwise, it's interesting. And I also like the Cataclysm music coming back in. I really like that theme. I think... No, I can't use it because now I'm in Shadowlands and I'm using Shadowlands music. But really, I did miss that music. That music really brought back memories already. Yeah, that was good. Okay.
Blood of Anima. Fear nothing will stop the jailer from breaking free.
Nathria is surely gathering his forces inside Castle Nathria.
Unchecked, his loyalists will soon overwhelm us.
We must rally the harvesters at Sinfall while this mortal returns to Oribos. They must be told what transpired here.
This was your valiant last stand. For so very long, you've punished arrogant souls. But instead of learning from their suffering, you've become one of them. You just needed to obey. How fortunate you are to witness the splendor of what is about to unfold. Every precious drop of anima, so painstakingly wrung from the tortured souls of lesser beings, now paves the path for the banished one to reclaim what was his. And once his liberation is secured, it shall be by his will that all is washed away. The only power that will emerge from this torrent of change is death. Death and those who shaped its victory.
Someone will stop you, Nathrias. Even if I...
Do not speak. Observe. Remember this lesson.
Okay, the Nathrias. I've seen him in the cinematics before, but I didn't know he was that big. I mean, this guy's huge now. He's really, really huge. Maybe he was always like that, but honestly, from the cinematics, previous cinematics, I never saw him that huge. Yeah, he's in cahoots with the Jailer. I don't know exactly what was he doing with all that anima and why was the very foundation of what's the place called again? Revendreth? Is it? Yeah, Revendreth. Like the very foundation of Revendreth just started transforming into anima and all being sucked into the maw. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what was going on in Revendreth and how it came to be like that and why. What's his name again? I forgot his name now. But yeah, him. Why is he betraying Revendreth and why is he betraying everybody else in Shadowlands and working with the Jailer? Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's continue. I think those are like new maps, maybe PvPs. Yeah, they look interesting. They look okay. I'm not entirely sure where they are based. Maybe it is Revendreth, or it didn't look like Maldraxxus. It didn't look very, skeletal and green in the atmosphere and on the ground. So I don't think that's Maldraxxus. I think that is Revendreth. All right, let's continue.
Season 1 begins this week and brings new content for dungeons and PvP, along with Shadowlands' first raid, Castle Nathria. Located in the Gothic heart of Revendreth, Castle Nathria is a 10-boss raid that takes you deep into the monolithic lair of Sire Denathrius. There, you'll face off against unfathomable terrors as you race to uncover a sinister plot and fight to save the Shadowlands from a dark and twisted future. Inside, you'll need to outmaneuver Shriekwing, save a wronged soul from a sinister fate, dance off against Cavalier courtiers, and shatter the stone-skinned armies of Revendreth before serving justice to a power-hungry traitor. This week, the raid's gates open for normal and heroic difficulties, with Mythic and the first wing of Raidfinder opening the following week. Mythic Keystone Dungeon adventurers will soon encounter the first seasonal affix for Shadowlands, Prideful. When this affix is active, your own ego may prove to be your downfall. As you defeat non-boss enemies, your vanity will eventually form a manifestation of pride. Defeating this manifestation greatly empowers the party with Prideful, a buff that increases your damage, mana regeneration, and movement speed for 1 minute. You'll want to prioritize your pulls to make the most of your Prideful buff, so you can take on challenging enemies more easily. Participating in PvP activities will reward you with honor and conquest currencies to purchase battle-ready, epic-quality gear from a PvP vendor within the Enclave in Oribos. You can also use to upgrade your PvP gear to higher ranks and become even more formidable. Season 1 also brings a host of new rewards, including the Vicious War Spider and the Sinful Gladiator Soul Eater mounts. Completing Season 1 activities will also allow you to select a reward from the Great Vault. You can unlock up to 9 different options for your weekly reward by completing objectives from raids, mythic dungeons, and PvP. Be sure to visit the Great Vault in the Hall of Holding, located inside Oribos, to select your weekly reward and view the week's objectives. All of this and more is available in Season 1 of Shadowlands. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the other side.
Welcome!
Alright. There is one thing that I'm lost about is pride. I'm not entirely sure what were they talking about. I think I might have to go back to it. But something about pride, the more you kill, the more prideful you become, and your pride manifests into a monster that attacks you. And if you defeat that pride monster, then you are imbued with its power, and it lasts for 1 minute. Did I get it right? I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, that sounded a bit interesting. I wonder, why do you get that ability? Is it associated with Revendreth? Maybe. In terms of, like souls that go there, they need to be redeemed, and because they can't be redeemed, some of them, their anima turns into energy for Revendreth. I'm not entirely sure what I'm trying to say. I'm not entirely sure what I'm trying to say here, but I'm just trying to understand, why do you have that ability, and what is it for exactly? Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
I have so been looking forward to your arrival. Lemoria, rid my castle of these pests.
The Nathrian's blade. I don't know, but it kind of reminds me of Castlevania. It's this Netflix show with vampires, and his sword, the way it moves around by itself, like it has a mind of its own. There was a character in Castlevania who had a blade that could do the same thing. So that kind of reminded me of that. Yeah, it was interesting. Okay, let's continue.
We will face whatever comes.
Thrall, do you know where they've taken Anduin?
High Lord, you have peered into Torghast and guided the Maw-Walker through its torments. I beg you to look deeper, to find the king you once safeguarded as a boy.
What you ask poses a terrible risk to all of us. We all have our burdens to bear.
Okay, I'm not sure why there are long breaks between the conversations. I think maybe the player is doing something. I'm not sure. But okay.
The balance must be restored.
I do hope you've settled in. The accommodations are a bit sparse, I know.
Where are the others? Are they safe?
Safe? No. I wouldn't say any of them are safe.
I am so tired of your games.
As you wish. No more secrets, no more lies. You are a weapon we will use to achieve our ends.
I will not become an instrument of death.
So you favor life, is that it? That momentary flicker. Every cruel second spent delaying the inevitable in an endless war that you, like every Rin before you, will not survive. You know the truth. Nothing is fair. Not life, not death. So we're going to tear it all down.
And what purpose would that serve? Everyone suffers, Sylvanas. But destroying everything will not take away the pain.
Oh, you misunderstand. We're breaking a system that has always been flawed and remaking it into one that is just.
Do you expect me to believe that all this time, you've been fighting for justice?
How can I convince you? From our first breath to our last, every decision is made for us. Then, the afterlife decides what eternity we must endure. We can't even choose who we... We couldn't control anything. But through the Jailer, control of our fate will at last be possible.
Look around you! At what and who you've joined. What makes you believe you're not just a weapon to achieve his ends?
You have a choice to consider. Join us willingly, or be made to serve.
I thought you believed in free will, Sylvanas.
We've never had free will, little lion. But that is about to change.
That is all I can see.
Anduin? A weapon? What could she mean?
At least he's alive, and seemingly unharmed. Whatever the Banshee is after, he will not give in.
The light is strong with Anduin. I know his heart will see him through this.
Sylvanas was toying with him. She spoke of breaking everything. She couldn't mean that, could she?
I do not know, but we must be cautious, deliberate. The Jailer's malevolence permeates everything in that tower. If he believes his prize is in jeopardy, he may decide to discard it.
Then we must remain patient. Maw-Walker, continue your efforts to undermine the Jailer's cause. When the time comes, we will find Anduin and bring him home.
Malevolence, growing, domination. No, not again.
Well met.
Sire Nathria has been taken prisoner. What is our plan to recover him?
Every soul has its purpose. Nathria has fulfilled his. We must forge our next weapon.
He's not ready.
Then a more direct approach is necessary. We have not come this far, only to falter now. You know what must be done.
There she is again. You know, these endless lectures of yours
have failed to convince you. Regardless, the conversation is over. One way or another, we will have you. So I will offer this one last time. Join our cause, or be made to serve.
What kind of choice is that? Why even give me? It's the choice you never had. Despite all your grand designs, there's still some shred of your mortality haunting you. As if the Banshee Queen hasn't entirely eclipsed the Ranger General.
Don't.
Now I understand why you brought me here. Why you've tried so hard to persuade me. Because if you can get me to let go of hope, you finally can too.
Enough! Submit. You are only making this harder on yourself.
Not harder on me. Right now, you hold all the power. How will you use it?
I've not come this far. to falter now.
Then why do you hesitate? Make your choice, Sylvanas Windrunner.
The chains of the past still bind us.
Bolvar, what is it?
I see you. The Jailer's voice. How is this happening?
I will not serve you!
The Jailer is tearing into Bolvar's mind. We have to break their connection. I will never forget.
You were to herald my coming. Instead, you defied me. A failure, like those who came before you.
Father, resist him! Do not let him win!
Fight, High Lord. We're with you. I will claim what is mine. Death comes for you all.
Hold on, Bolvar! Just a little more! Father!
Well done, Jaina. We nearly lost him.
Though we managed to stop the attack, I fear the danger is far from over.
My thanks to all of you. But Jaina is right. The Jailer knows what we saw. He will use that knowledge against us.
We should gather our forces and attack Torghast. Anduin must be freed. You've seen the Jailer's armies. We're not ready to launch a full-scale assault. If we follow our hearts and rush in, we could lose everything.
We will work with our allies in Oribos to rally the Covenants. Only with their help do we stand a chance of stopping the Jailer and saving Anduin.
Walker, continue your efforts. Explore the dark reaches of Torghast. Fight for the Shadowlands. And when the time comes, we will claim victory.
Well guys, that's it for part 30 of World of Warcraft cinematics and trailers. Bolvar is a father. I did not know about that. The discussions between Sylvanas and Anduin were very interesting. I think I'm gonna watch that again just to, double check on what they were saying. But Sylvanas wants to break the order between life and death. But then, okay, if they're able to do that, what comes after that? I mean, what kind of world are we going to be living in exactly if there's no order between life and death? Those who are alive, what happens to them? Those who are dead, what happens to them? I'm not entirely sure about her vision and her aspirations in that manner. I understand when she was talking about, them being controlled, like their destinies are being controlled ever since they took their first breath of life, and in the afterlife they are further corralled into different Shadowland planes, and like they really don't have a choice about what do they want to do. Yeah, I agree with her with that. They're like in the Matrix. All of them are in the Matrix, and I think she's trying to escape the Matrix, and she's trying to, you know, create a world outside of this Matrix world that these Titans have created. So yeah, I think that's what she's trying to do with the Jailer. But I also agree with Anduin when he said that, what if the Jailer is making you into his weapon? What if you are also going to be a tool to be used? Just like the Nathrian. Yeah, the Nathrian. The Jailer just threw him out as soon as his job was done, and as soon as he was caught by the enemy, he's like, every soul has its purpose. Just like that, thrown under the bus, left for dead. So the Nathrian is gone. I don't know how he was defeated. Probably he was defeated by you guys, the players. But yeah, this was interesting. This was very interesting. Bova almost died. Like I said, I was shocked that he has a child. Yeah, I'm just still trying to figure out everything, especially with what Sylvanas was saying to Anduin. But yeah, guys, that's it. If you like the video, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos. And I will see you next week, Monday. Okay? Bye-bye.